I'm Andrea from Edgefield Plant and Stone Center, here to talk to you about some different gardening topics.
It is always a delight to see a beautiful butterfly in the garden, but looking beyond their magnificent beauty, they and many other animals play a crucial role in the process of pollination. For plants to produce fruits and seeds, their pollen must be transferred from one flower to the other. Some plants are self-pollinating, but most of them rely on outside sources for this to happen. Wind and water can contribute to some of this, but nearly 80% of plants are pollinated by animals called pollinators. Types of pollinators include bees, wasps, beetles, flies, butterflies, moths, birds, and even bats. Here's a fun fact. Though bees and butterflies are the most well-known pollinators, the oldest are actually beetles. Amber samples with fossilized pollen have been found with beetles dating back to 99 million years ago. Pollinators are an essential part of a healthy ecosystem, and not just in the wild, but for humans too. More than 90 species of crops we eat rely on pollinators for production. Over the past 30 years, pollinator populations have been in rapid decline, leaving the future of our food security questionable. And right now, more than ever, is a crucial time to protect them. As gardeners, we can create pollinator-friendly landscapes by doing these few things. Include a diverse selection of flowering plants that bloom at different times of the year. This provides a continuous food source for passersby. Some species of insects rely on host plants that serve as nurseries for adults to lay their eggs on. After hatching, they feed on the plant before growing into a pupa, many of them later emerging as moths, butterflies, and beetles. Some examples of host plants are milkweed for monarch butterflies or fennel for swallowtail butterflies. Different types of grasses, trees, and shrubs also serve as host plants for different insects. Native plants are also important to incorporate into the garden. Native plants are already acclimated to our climate, soils, and conditions. They also serve as specific food sources for native species of pollinators. Due to urban development, over the years, habitats for pollinators and many other animals are being lost. Create habitats for pollinators by doing these things. On hot days, don't forget to incorporate a water source into your garden, such as a fountain or a bird bath. This gives a place for pollinators to come and get a cool drink. Did you know there are nearly 4,000 different species of bees in North America? Many of us know about the western honeybee that builds its nest in a hive, but many bees nest in old wood, brush piles, and the ground. Reserving some space in the garden for natural areas can help native bees find homes. When cutting back perennials during fall cleanup, leave a few hollowed stems at about a foot high. Some solitary bees will lay their eggs in the hollow stems to overwinter. Many butterflies and moths overwinter in leaf litter. Rather than removing all of the fallen leaves from the landscape, consider moving them to natural areas or using them to mulch around trees. The leaves will break down, providing nutrients, also giving pollinators the cover they need to overwinter. Monitor your garden for pests and use all other methods of control before using chemical control. Selective pesticides are targeted to kill specific pests, while broad-spectrum pesticides target many insects, potentially harming beneficial ones. Always follow all pesticide use according to the label. And lastly, educate yourself on pollinators and what their larvae look like. You don't want to accidentally kill a butterfly caterpillar because it was mistaken for a pest. Pollinators play a crucial role in the process of pollination. As gardeners, we can help to protect them by creating pollinator havens in our own backyards. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Happy gardening!